Hello friends, hello neighbors, how you doing? Long time no see. I know I've been out of the game for a while, but I don't know. Things just been getting kind of busy around here, and now that summertime's coming, I figure, hey, let's start making videos again, because I know I have, I've grown up to about 570 subscribers, and I've been very laxed about that, considering that I'm still having loyal subscriptions, and I really appreciate you guys. But let's get right into it. By the way, if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. If first time here, welcome. I tend to consider this to be a family of people that have common interests, and this is it. So let's get right back into it. Let's get into it here with these knives. What do I have here? I have here new versions of the old. And when I say that, I mean, of course, Microtech has been one of my favorite brands. I have stayed away from Microtech for a few years now, and that has been... yeah, it's been on purpose. Why? Because they're expensive and I'm not rich. So what I have done recently is I've gone through my collection, and I've, I got to admit, most of my Microtechs are safe queens, and I've gotten out of the safe queen mentality just because, as a collector, having stuff in your safe or in a cabinet just gathering dust, to me, it just, I don't know, it doesn't make sense. And I know that there's a lot of people seeing this video right now that are doing that. And I get it. Trust me. Been there, done that. But I'm telling you right now, I'm kind of going to get out of that mentality because, number one, it's expensive. And number two, you don't really use them. So I said to myself, I'm going to get rid of a few Microtechs that I have in my safe. And I did that. And I bought a couple new ones. And the reason I got these two specifically is because they're not just for show, but man, they are phenomenal. I think phenomenal knives. And first of all, let me show you what I have originally. This is my Socom Elite, I think this is one of my first Microtechs that I bought. And let me tell you, you carry this knife to know that you carry a knife. Basically, this is like the 1911 of knives. And when I say 1911, I mean it's big, it's bulky, but you can put it through hell and back, and you know that it's gonna work when you need it. So I got this in, and I figure out the trick to my focusing thing here. You have to hold it for a couple seconds. Oh, of course, you're gonna make me look bad. I got this in 08 of 2002, one of my first Microtechs. And I've beat the living crap out of this thing. I've batoned with it. I've even thrown it at trees like a throwing knife. I mean, I've really beaten it pretty good, to the point where it did get really loose on the pivot, the main pivot, and I did send it back to Microtech. They took care of it. I also did the spot treatment, and they sharpened it for me and everything. But yeah, I carried this for a long time, and this is something that, if I'm going to go out in the woods, or if I know that I'm going to use a knife that day, this is probably what I'm going to carry, because, with the serrations and everything like that, I can go cut rope and do all kinds of stuff with it. But yeah, this has been a really good knife. And the other knife that I carried a lot, which I don't carry this one very often now, just because, I'm trying to do a little bit of rotation, but I've been carrying this for a while, this LUDT. I think this is the first generation. No, not the first generation. I think this is the, it is the first generation, because this was built in July of, come on, man. I am not getting a iPhone ever again. This was built in, you can see right there, July of 2020. And I've carried this. You can see it's got a little bit of wear on it. I didn't carry this like every day for a while, but it was heavy in my rotation there. And this is also a very, very good knife. But anyway, the reason for making this video is because I have substituted them with the new versions, let's say newer versions, and I'll tell you why I didn't get the latest version of this. I got the Gen 2, and I'll tell you why a little bit later in the video as to why I got the Gen 2 versus the Gen 3. So let's start right now with the Socom Elite. All right, let's see what we got here. And I got this one from DLT. I'll put this sticker right there because they gave this to me for free. And my rule of thumb is, if you give me something for free, I'm going to put it on my video. Receipt, I don't want to see that. Let's check it out. Yes, 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 yes. I got it in turquoise. Isn't that beautiful, man? Ka-chunk. That's why you got a Socom Elite. That ka-chunk is like, it's like starting a 1977 Ford F-150 with the modified 351 motor. That's pretty much what the sensation of opening this knife is. And if you guys are old classic truck enthusiasts, you understand what I'm talking about. This thing opens with authority. So what did they change in this knife that they did from the old one? And I can tell you, you're going to be able to see just by looking at it. If you look, I need something to point at right here. Wait a minute. Okay. If you look at the knife here, you're going to tell that originally they did go with the Torx screws here. And that pretty much did not change. They still went with the Torx screws. And I like that because you can maintain this knife on your own. I do not recommend taking it apart. You can, but if anything goes wrong with this knife to the point where I have to take it apart, I'm just going to send it to Microtech. That's why you pay big money. Why bother? Let them take care of it, and they'll sharpen it. But really, there's really no huge change with the Socom Elite as far as any changes. It still weighs the same. It's still made out of that aluminum. Pretty much the glass breaker is still the same, although mine is a little, I think I actually used mine once. It's pretty much the same here. The inlays are the same, and the only difference between this and the other one is you can tell that this one is serrated, this one is not. But it looks pretty much identical. The pocket clip looks the same, and it's got the same, actually this retention is a little weaker than this one, but it's pretty much the same knife. The only thing that, the reason I got this one is because I'm more leaning towards the straight edge rather than the serrated. I'm not a huge fan of the serrated knives anymore, but I do carry serrated if I know I'm going to use a knife that day, and like say I'm in the garage or something like that, I need to cut rubber or rope or whatever. I definitely carry a serrated knife because it's a multi-purpose knife. But man, look at that. Whoo, very nice. I can say this one was built in 9/2024, even though I just bought this knife about 4 months ago. And look at the date there, September of 2024. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the video. All right, let's look at the out with the old and in with the new as far as the LUDT goes. Let's see what we got here. Oh man, and this has some changes. So let's talk about that. So the changes here, let's put this one there. Oh, I already see one out of the box. You cheap bees. Look at this. If you can see, they used to give you a lanyard, and now they don't. I'm going to have to fix that. Come on, why not give us a lanyard? Come on, Microtech, what's up with that? All right, some changes here. As you can tell, the main thing that they did here, I'm not going to say main, but one of the most evident is the inlays. If you can see that inlay here, I need something to point with. Right here. If you can see right here, the inlay definitely did change. This has no inlays other than this smooth thing, and I think that is a good addition. It makes it lighter because now they're doing this big cutout here, and they're filling it in with this kind of skateboard tape rubberized material, which I think is okay. It's going to save them in production costs because basically you're using less metal and you're filling it with rubber. Rubber costs less than metal, so that's a good change. But the number one, I think the number one revolutionary thing that they did here is they went with the standard Torx screws, as you can tell here. I'm mixed about that because when you buy a Microtech, you buy it for something to be different, and I get it. It's something different. This basically says you're never going to have to mess with it. And this is magnetized. It basically says that you shouldn't have to mess with it. And for the most part, I've never had to make any adjustments with this. This is a 6-year-old, a 5-year-old knife. It's still rock solid. I don't have to make any adjustments to this. This thing feels, as far as operational operation goes, it still works as it did the first day out of the box. So I haven't had to make any adjustments. Shut up, Rooster. With this at all. So the question is, am I going to have to do that with the new? And by the way, this is the Gen 2, not the Gen 3. It feels a little bit less, how can I say, robust, because it is a little bit lighter. And I apologize, I failed to write down exactly what the weight is. And if you hold on 1 second, I may be able to get a scale and weigh it. Hold on 1 second. Voila! Movie magic. All right, let's take this out of debate. Let's see if they weigh the same or different. All right, this is the old generation or the original, and he's weighing in at 3.3 ounces. That's with the lanyard. And the Gen 2 is at 3.2. However, is it because of the lanyard? I don't think a lanyard's going to weigh an ounce. So I'm guessing it is a little bit lighter. But as far as the way that the operation works, I do feel a little bit different of the way that it comes out. The way that she fires feels different, and I do know why. With the new LUDT, they did change something, and it's something that you cannot see. They went to a different type of ball gearing pivot versus, I think these are ceramic or brass inlays. So this feels like it has a little bit more resistance when it fires versus this guy that just fires out very, very aggressively. And I think it's just because it has less resistance with that ball bearing pivot that it now has. But one thing that I don't like about the way it feels like when it fires out, it comes out here and it goes back and then it locks in for some reason. I feel like a two-stage locking when it does lock. It locks up solid, but I feel like there's a little bit of a hesitation to the lockup, if that makes any sense, because of that ball bearing mechanism. And I don't know if they changed that with the Gen 3 or not, but that's basically it. Also, if you look at the blade, they changed the blade to have these, I guess you want to call them blood grooves, which I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. It looks cool. Is it going to change in functionality? Probably not. One thing that these blood grooves do that I've noticed is that when I'm cutting things like apples or something like that, it creates kind of like a suction effect on the blade, and sometimes you don't want that. But as far as functionality, man, I had to have this guy because it's a great little knife, man. Tell you what, man, these things are expensive, but you're gonna have this thing forever. And another thing I also noticed is that the Microtech logo is also a little bit higher, and there's a little bit chamfering on the side here versus this is kind of smooth. Ooh, it also has, look at that, it also has some jimping, which I didn't notice. So the frame used to have this inlay type jimping, and now you have this more, I don't know, blocky type of jimping on the back. And the blade also before had jimping that went about 3/4 up in the blade, and now you only have it right here. I kind of like the old, I like that. That feels a lot better to me, rather than just putting it here. Because sometimes if you do need to make pressure and cut something like rope on a table or something like that, I tend to put my thumb up on top of the blade here, as they've made for the old school version. So I'm gonna say that they should have kept this type of jimping on the blade. What else? So yeah, so they made a little bit also some texturing on the back here versus this is just open. And I don't know. Also, it's kind of like a see-through mechanism here versus this is enclosed. So they did change this quite a bit. So let's get into why I got a Gen 2 versus the Gen 3, because the Gen 3 of this knife is already out. And the simple reason that I got the Gen 2 versus the Gen 3 is because I bought this directly from Microtech through their law enforcement program. And that's what they were offering. I don't know if maybe they had this like a last minute thing. This is what I think they did, because I got an email from Microtech and they said, we have these available for the law enforcement program. And it was so cheap that I scooped it up. And I didn't even know that they had a Gen 3 at the time until I just looked it up now on Blade HQ. And they already came out with a Gen 3. What's different about it? I have no idea. As far as what they say is they changed the inlays, but that's all they say. But still, I think they're great knives. I think they are, if you have the old versions of these, let's put these guys right together. I think it's worth looking at this as far as if you're going to get a replacement. As far as the Socom Elite goes, they didn't really change much. They changed some colors to make it pretty and to make make it attractive to other buyers as far as making it look cool. That's it. And I get it. That's marketing. And I love this color. It's so awesome. Yeah, it might be girly, but you know what? Hey, colors are cool when it comes to knives because they differentiate when you have them in your display box or when you have them when you're picking a knife for the day. It stands out. You know that I don't have many turquoise knives, and when I see that, it sticks out. What's the point of having 30 or whatever many black knives? A black knife is a black knife, but this is cool. And I chose the tan because that is what Microtech offered. But I'm gonna put a lanyard on that. I don't know what, but I'm gonna put a lanyard on it. So that's really it. I just wanted to make this video showing you guys that I'm still here. I'm still making videos. I may not be as active as I used to be, and I'm going to try to get back into it. I really appreciate you guys. Hey, show your support by clicking a like and a subscribe on that. Send me an email. Tell me, do you have these new knives? Please make a comment on there. Tell me if you have the old one, how you like it. Tell me if you have the Gen 3 or the Gen 2s, and tell me how you like it. Do you prefer the old style? Or do you want them to just make a product and stick with it? And if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of thing. I don't know. It's up to you. So let me know in your comments. Love you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.